Yep. Yes, we are recording. All right. So, what I would also recommend, guys, is getting a nice wire service when you start making some serious money in this room. Okay. My particular service I like that I endorse is briefing.com. I'm on Briefing Trader. I've been there for 5 years, going on my fifth year now. I love them. This is one of the most expensive feeds out there. There are some that are even more, but I like this. It gives me a lot of ideas, trading ideas. What I love about this and why I share it with you, I share it for you with you for free, is simply the fact I love the traders on the desk. There's two particular traders I enjoy watching, learning, and we make a lot of money. And there's no question, guys, that we do make a lot of money. We listen to a stock, a trader, Momo. Momo, make a note, guys. He is a fund trader. Fund. He has millions upon millions of dollars. I'm talking some serious money. When he buys something, it's a large position. He rarely trades for himself. He trades for the fund. So when he takes a position, he doesn't trade like you or I, 3,000 shares, or 4,000, or even 5,000 shares. This guy's in a stock pretty heavy. He's willing to risk 50 cents to a buck on a move, depending on what he says. He's a great swing trader. I find him picking some really good stuff off the bottom. Day trading, he's pretty good, but I think his savvy is day trading. I think a lot of you in the room can agree. Our other guy that we love to death, these are the traders: BTAX, Blue, Chart, Commodity, Event, Index, Setup. There's another one called Growth, but our boy that we love is Scalp. He's our main guy. Love. He is the head trader of Briefing, Trading, and Briefing.com. And we are fortunate enough to have him in this room to watch his calls, his ideas. This man has saved us, I cannot tell you, thousands upon thousands of dollars of losses that we stayed away from, and he's made us a lot of money. And I think, all of last year, for the last 90 days that this room has started, he's made us all a better trader, including myself. And if you doubt that, then you need to watch him a little bit more in his comments because he can really help you guys. All right. On this side, um, normally when you sign up to this kind of service, the service looks like this. I'm trying to show you. It'll look like this, and all the traders are in yellow orange. You see how it's set up like this? But um, I don't do it for you guys like this because when I was trading by myself, I needed to have the traders isolated on one side and the news on another. And I hope that you all agree that that's the right thing to do because this way I can always, if I miss something, I step out of a room, all I have to do is look on the right hand side and see the traders and if they made any trades while I was gone. Versus having to look at a screen and seeing one comment but not seeing two other comments below because it's crowded, already fooled by this. So I hope you see why I do what I do for you. Okay? So again, this is almost a $400 service a month. I do provide it for free for you in here. So it's an added bonus. They also, with this service, I get in-depth IPO analysis and opinions, and from there I can make decisions on what IPOs I want to play and not play. Their IPO analysis has been with Briefing for about 12 years. I find him to be one of the most best IPO guys out there, and he's actually almost too informative, but it gives me enough information to say, okay, I'm going to trade this stock or I'm not. So if I set it up, I will show you that. And what is this? Oh, anyway, this is who he is. And then when he does his IPO reports, um, he gives us information on upcoming IPOs, lockups, and so forth. And and I find his information extremely informative, and I always share it with you guys. Okay? And if you want to see something, I will show you. When he does the IPO write-ups, I will show you what one looks like. Just hang in there, and I will show you. Yield here. Let's see. Let's try to click this one. And see how these are all written up like this? They tell me who's buying, revenues, key points. Here's Juno, date, range, underwriters. So between his service and a few others, I accumulate all this information, and then from there I can make a decision on the IPO. And then I put it on our report, and I basically, from there, I tell you how to trade the IPOs accordingly. So, briefing.com, Briefing Trader, and Briefing Professional, all three services are for free for 30 days for trial. Briefing.com is usually about $100. Briefing Professional is 200, and Briefing Trader, it runs anywhere from 350 to 400 a month. Okay. I don't think you really need Briefing Trader as much, but I definitely think a briefing.com would help you guys a lot. All right, just to have that scan. But some of you have signed up. Congratulations. I'm happy. And then a lot of you guys ask me, hey, would you take that trade or not? And then we go from there. All right, so I'm just trying to get you guys to just set up a little bit, with your Twitter feed, with your scan. And of course, last but not least, I love these charts. I'm an advocate of these charts. I love these charts. These is through Thinkorswim. Okay. If you look at your L2 on a DOS, I don't see how you can read the same charts as you could read on here. These are a little bit more customized. The moderator will help you set it up. Thinkorswim doesn't cost you anything to sign up. I have several accounts with TD Ameritrade, but this particular account I set up simply just for you guys in this room. And you can have, two charts. You can basically have 4 charts. You can have 6 charts, 8 charts, 10 charts. You can as many as you can squeeze in here. Obviously, for me, I like to have 12 charts up on 3 or 4 computers, and I need to see it in size because I can see how the trade's going to format. Like I can tell you right now, this is already set up. It's going to go to new highs and pop. If I have too small of a box, um, Thomas is telling me, worth noting that you can't get Thinkorswim for free with live data if you're in Canada. I did not know that. Um, I think there might be ways to get around that. I don't know. You have to check that out, Thomas. But anyway, I love these screens, guys. Charts I cannot express enough that are so important to your education, guys. You guys are traders. And each one of you in here are paying good money to be in here. So I'm trying to give you specific tools and ideas that will make you so successful this year. This year, I've read your goals. Hundreds of them come in. I've read them. I've actually written back. All right. But you've got to at least change your habits a little bit. You cannot continue to do the same thing you did last year. I don't want you to get frustrated. I don't want you to get angry. You're paying good money. Take advantage of what is being offered to you. If your moderator is saying, look at this, if your moderator is taking noise out of a room instead of having 15 moderators coming at you with different stock ideas, and half of them don't work, or half of them getting, or the other half, you don't even understand what the heck they're even saying, you know? That it's very frustrating as a trader. The most horrible thing a trader can do, part-time or full-time, is get confused. I want you to hear that for a second. If you get confused, you're not going to be focused, correct? You're going to be frustrated. You're going to be frustrated. You're going to throw your arms. You're going to hit the wall. You're going to smash your phone. You're going to blame people. You're going to be in a pissed off mood. You're going to be angry, either your kids or your dog or your girlfriend or boyfriend. And they didn't do anything. They didn't do anything to you. They support you. They love you. They're there for you. But you need to change. You need to change. And truthfully, we actually had to let a subscriber go. We had to cut him off, and I told the moderator, this guy, it doesn't work for him in here, because no matter what we did for him, he did opposite. And it was sad because we really liked the guy, but he continued to do everything opposite. Because in here, we were focused on trades that were making money, and when it came down to it, he told me he was still keeping the other room up. He was in another room. He he basically kept that screen up, and every time we put a trade in, he looked, and if he saw anybody on the moderating side say, "Oh, I wouldn't do that," or a comment, then he would do opposite, and then he end up losing where the stock was making us money. Guys, you can't. You're fighting yourself. You know, the only one to blame at that moment is yourself. You got to cut off that umbilical cord. You're in here for a reason. Some of you have been in here for almost since the beginning, almost 90 days. You see a difference in your style. You've seen a difference in you. I've seen your emails. You're all expressing the same thing. I'm I'm learning, AJ. I'm learning. If there's anything out of this whole thing in the last 90 days, is I have learned something different about myself and the style, the way I trade. I'm seeing things different. I'm understanding the moves. You're showing them to me, and this is what's going to make you better. But if you have all these things around you and noise and constant lines and, you know, just forgive me, bullshit, then you're going to trade like bullshit. And in the end, you're going to lose. I'm going to win. I'm going to keep making money. I'm sticking to my trades. I had a comment on PEIX. I'm getting clobbered on it. Well, why are you? Why do you let the trade go against you? The trade's coming down. It's moving, right? Take your position. Take your thing. Take your money on the way up. Move your stops. I'm always emphasizing that, guys. Here's the trade. Come down. We nailed it here. We got it here. We sold some here, here. We included our stops here. If it turned, boom, it's done. Okay, next. We still made money on the trade. But some of you like, oh, I'm getting killed. Why? Don't let it kill you. You need to be in control of that. Market's in a horrible 300 points down right now. Naturally, these stocks that normally would have been going up are going to turn on. It's your job to make sure, and it's my job to tell you, I'm moving my stops. Move your stops. How many times have I said that to you guys over and over and over in the room? Move your stops, move your stops, move your stops, move your stops. Protect your money. You come first. You come first, guys. I'm always about you. How many trades have I sacrificed because I'm trying to show you the trade? You know that. I put you first. But if you don't trade smart and you let it turn against you and you take a red, you had a green and turn it into red, there's no one to blame but yourself because you weren't eyeing it. You didn't move your stops. You didn't protect yourself. And you didn't take money on the way up. Why? Because when you took the trade, you wanted to marry it. Well, you said it would go up higher. Yes, I did. And if the market hadn't turned, gone 300 points negative, it would. But I can't control the market in the midday. I can't control oil going down to $49 a barrel. I can't control that. If I had that kind of crystal ball, I'd be a billionaire and I certainly wouldn't have a room. So you got to play it smart. Trade is happening. Boom. You got to learn. Another thing, guys, this year be different. Utilize the TV. I know some of you out across, in Russia, Italy, Milan, uh, Tokyo, you may not have CNBC. I get it. But if you're in the US and you have a TV and you have cable, you need to have CNBC on. Okay? You need to have it on because they are the biggest stock pumpers in the United States. They are worth every moment they're on TV. Okay? So they pump stocks better than any stock pumper, any super pumper out there can do. They pump, pump, pump. And the biggest of them all is who? Who is the biggest pumper of them all? Who is it? That's right, Cramer. I saw a whole floor of you just hit Cramer. Jim C. Jim, boo 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 ah. Okay, Cramer. Jim Cramer is the man of the pumpers of all the pumpers in the world. And when that guy talks, you may not like him. You may think he's a goofball or a clown. You might have your opinion of him. But in here, the only opinion is when he talks. Because he's going to either pop a stock or he's going to drop a stock. And all I care about in this room is, are we going to capitalize it and make money? That's all I care about. All right? So if you look, he gave us what this morning? What did he give us, guys? You don't think Jim Cramer's got juice? That's Jim Cramer. You see that? He popped at $5 a share and added probably a market cap of what, 100 million to the company, just off his words in the morning for 5 minutes. That's power, guys. That's power. Forget a Twitter guy. Even forget myself, where I say a stock and it goes up 50 cents or a buck. This, I am nothing in Jim's league when it comes to this on national TV. Pure money. And all this does for us, what did I tell you? What did I tell you when this hit? What did I tell you when Guild hit? When Meg Terrell? What did I say? Buy it long right here. I told you, right around here. Go long. It's got a lot of room on this one. Bam. You guys actually pulled the trigger. You made 50 cents, a buck, $2. And a lot of you were sitting back, and look how much you've learned. You're like, no, 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 no. I want to wait for the short. See how much you've changed? You're more relaxed. You're like, fuck the move. I'm going to wait for the short. I'm going to wait for the setup, and I'm going to grab a point or 2 points. Your mentality, the way you trade is differently now. So you're changing, but at the same time, you can't pass up on moves like this, guys. And same with this one. Now, I know some of you nailed the short here, which is great. And obviously it reversed back, and then it came back again. So anyway, wanted to share that with you. So this year, I just want you to start off the year correct. It's January 5th. I need you to refocus, limited your feed, um, cut off the noise. Any disruptions around you, you really need to cut it off. The moment you're in this room, you need to stay focused. You never know when the trade's going to hit. And when it hits, you want to be there. That's why you're in here, to make money. You're not in here. There's no socializing. There's no, hey, bud, how you doing? Hey, did you recover from that $140,000 loss you did the other day? Do you know these people in rooms that lose over 100 grand, and all the moderator does is talk about that person? Well, what about the 20 or 30 people that were in the room that took that same call, that had 1/10 of the accounts now wiped out, have no money in their accounts? I don't see the moderator talking about them. I don't even see the guy who took the call that lost 100 grand even saying, you know, I understand you can't pull the trigger. I understand. I get it. But at the same time, you're a moderator for a reason. And if you give bad calls like that and you wipe out somebody's account, I don't know. I feel like somebody should, I don't know. I just take that very serious. In here, I do not go after a home run. What was that stock the other day we did? BCLI. Now, I was on Twitter on Friday, right? I was on Twitter on Friday. So on BCLI, what did I say? The stock is going to pop right at the open. There was no room on Friday. I was live on Twitter, and I could see it at $7.15, guys. I was watching it. I was like, this shit is unreal. I'm going to bank. So I loaded up, I don't know, it was like 1,500 shares at 7:15 pre-market. And when I hit it about right here, And I told you, when the market opens, it's going to pop. It'll probably go 850 or something like that. It's going to pop. And it did. It was beautiful. It was a straight up move. And I sold, I think at 830 or something like that, 820 or something. It was a beautiful trade. And now it's off my radar. I have no interest in this stock, and obviously, you can see I should have shorted it. Especially it's interesting because Adam Feinstein in the morning came out and said that he thought the news was crap. And look, this would have been a nice short in the morning. Pop at the open and short it. But look, it already had gone down from $8 to $6.30. So it was already a risky trade as far as shorting even more. But you can see how these stocks give it back. But whenever I talk about, guys, this is the first day of the run, let it run. We'll come back to it later and we'll short it the next day or the day after. This is a perfect example of that. So, all right. So the whole point in today's little talking, URI, is that a uranium company? URI. Okay, let's take a look. Selvin put it on my radar just now. URI. There's Lock, Bold, Tech, URI. Downgraded at Evercore. Okay, so that's a bounce play. It's a downgrade. Evercore is a tier 2. So probably pull a little bit more, but look for a bounce on it, Selvin. At least 1 to 2 points. It's probably late to the party anyway. Here's the bounce a little bit right there. But you might get a little bit more of a pull. But the first 2 greens, it's bouncing back up by 1 or 2 points. So be careful with it. We're kind of late to the party. Would have been nice to catch it. When did Briefing catch it? They caught it at 96.85. So up here, they caught it up here when it came down, right there. That would have been nice. But anyway, thanks, Salvin. Keep it on target, okay? But probably another pull, and then consider playing a bounce. You probably get 1 or 2 points. See. Okay, so I think we went over that stuff. Now let's go over our notes. All right. Camda was actually a small stock. It was gapping on no news. I don't understand the news. We'll go through this in the next. I'll go through these quick in about 20, 25 minutes. Okay. So we'll still be out of here at 11. Canada was gapping up. There was no news. It was already up 30, 40 cents. So I figured at any pop at the open, scale in, short the stock, and if it comes all the way down to $4 a share, take a few long. You probably get 40, 50 cents on the upside. So I want to show you that one. KMDA. There was no reason for it to be up, but it had volume. It was up. So the whole idea of the trade was, if it pops anything at open, try to nail some. 450, $5 a share, short it, and when it hits 4, grab some and go long. And guess what? Pop at the open, see the timeline, and guess where it went? And what did the note say? $4. And now it's all back up. Kind of like a, you see Salvin, see the bounce? These are $1 bounces. See that? If another green pops, 1 or pop. So if I wasn't talking, or I wasn't trying to teach, or I wasn't trying to show, if I was just on my own, this is a typical trade. Somebody bring it up on Twitter. I look at it, pull it up. I can tell 1 more bounce. This is my scan on Briefing. And look, I think what I say, Salmon, looks like another drop, and then look for a pop on a bounce. And there you go. But you know what, guys? This is your year. You're going to be saying the same shit to me. You're going to be like, I see that. I know what's going to happen. Just let it drop another 50 cents, and I'm going to draw, and I'm going to scale in and go long. Okay, cool. All right, let's go to CNOT. How do you say it? Canot? Sanat? SNAT? It's gapping $3. It's in play. Be careful on this. Two ways to play this. If it pops at the open to 12 bucks, 13, take a few short for a nice 2 to 3 point pullback. If it pulls at the open to $9, take a few long. However, careful because it could pop at open as I stated, and look for an all-day fade on it. Well, let's just see what I meant by that. Okay, so basically I'm warning you. What's my warning? Huh? What's my warning? My warning is simple. Don't get excited and think this is going to go to 14, 15 a share. And no, this is an all-day fade. What does that mean? That means it's going to pop at the open. You grab a few, you scale in. What's the word? You scale in. You take a few, goes against you, add a few more, it starts to pull, add some more, and let it ride. And look where it went. $9.67. See that? All you had to do was catch the top. I wanted 1250. It hit around just under 12. It just got wrecked all day. This is all day long. It's patience. Patience pays the bills. Did you see the trade? The call wasn't, it's going to go to 14.50 a share, grab some on a pullback of 50 cents, and then go long. That wasn't the call. The call was it's going to pop, and when it does, scale in and fade it down. So, did you play that bounce? You playing that? Because that's money right there. Boom, boom, boom. You see that? Almost heading up to a $2 move. Simple shit. That's what you call simple shit. You just wait for the pull, grab a few. You don't need to hit a home run. Grab 500 shares, pop a buck, buck 20. It's going to go right through here now. Evercore is not a big, huge company. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, they're a tier 2. So, and here's the bounce. Now you're through 95. You see that? Almost 2 points right in front of you. All you had to do is grab as I'm talking. So, anyway, blah, 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 blah. Let's go to Kemp. Kemp. Kemp had a big targets raised to $40 a share, but the stock was up $4 already. So had a lot of noise on it, had upgrades up to yin yang. So I'm hoping it popped at the open towards 28 before giving back 1 to 3 points. But if it pulls at 23 to 24, take some long. You should get a nice 2 to 3 point move. Okay, so let's see how it played out. Kemp, here's Kemp. Oh wow. Boom. Let's go to Kemp. All right, here we go. Bell rings. Ding, 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 ding. Boom. Now, I obviously wanted 28 a share. Why? Because up here, it already had hit up here, and I figured, well, this is pretty, obviously, pre-market, this would have been the most beautiful, gorgeous move out there. But, hey, not everybody's up at pre-market at 4:15 in the morning, unless you guys are. I was just getting up, and I started to see this on the ticker watch. So, stock is, I was just looking, okay, well, if it pops to, I'm not going to say 29 or $29, but if I can at least get 28, man, I want to short the crap out of that. And then when it opened, it popped 27.12 and pulled 24.33. You see that? And what did I say? I said if it pulls to 24 at the open, play the bounce. So within a 6:30 to 6:38, an 8-minute span, it did exactly what I said. pop at the open, pull it to 24. If it goes to 24 area, play it long for 1 to 2 points. See the notes? If it pulls to 23, 24, consider taking long a few for a 2-point move. Pop, pull, 24, 26, 1.5 to 2 points. Not bad. And if you had held on to it, which most of you wouldn't have, which is fine, you went all the way to back up to 26.73. The only reason why it's down is because the market is down. Loco had an upgrade with Bayard, B-A-I-R-D, capping up 50 cents. Now, Loco isn't one that, if it gaps up, it usually gets back the gap. So I'm looking for a pullback on it and then scale on long. But if it pops to 21.50 to 22, try to get go short. Then if it pulls down to 20.50, go long and play the stock. All right, so let's see if I was correct. Again, Loco isn't one that's going to rush out of the gate 8 points and stuff like it's not a GoPro. All right, it's just a consistent trade. So, market opens right here. Ding, 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 ding. It literally pulled at the open down to 20.79. I wanted 20.50 traders, so I was off about 20 cents, but it popped where I told you it would. See that? And then I said if it did pop to that level, short it. And it'll come back down. And that's what it did. Basically, it was on my watch list only solely because Baird had given it some noise on it. So I saw the gap up in the morning by almost $1 or 50 cents or more. And I'm like, okay, this is in play. I'm going to go ahead and wait for a pull at the open. If I can get close to 20.50, take some long, pop it, and get out. So if you did, let's say if market open, ding, 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 pulled, market order, 1,000 shares, you got some filled here at 20.86, and then it popped, 21.65, you'd have been up $900. And that took a minute, about 1.5 minutes. So not bad. And then it popped towards almost 22, coming right back down. Anyway, pretty easy, basic 101, how to read a stock. Not a big deal. Now ISIS kind of had me going here. I mean, this was gapping up huge, $5. So there's two ways. I'm thinking if it pops at the open to 66, scaling short for a nice 2 to 3 point pullback. But if it pulls at the open to 62, go long for a nice upside move. This is before Cramer did his speech. Okay? So let's take a look how ISIS worked out. All right, here we go. Ding, 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 ding. What was I saying? Now, I said if it pulls or comes down to 62 area, go long for a nice upside move. Guys, it gave you every opportunity in the 62 area. Look at that. From the moment the bell opened, look at it just kept coming down. And that's why I pulled it up for you when when it was going, and I said, guys, the 62 area looks good. And then all of a sudden Cramer, bam. But by then you're already up $3 a share. The whole play was to fill the gap. Look at the gap, guys. See the gap? What's the gap? 61.57. So if the stock is gapping up $5, can you please show how I get the pre-market report? That's a moderator question. Send that to the moderator, but it's always under here, under notes. You should be able to log up anytime you want when you log into the room. Oh, don't be sorry. No, no, no. Don't ever apologize. You're my boss. You're asking a good question. I don't want to know. Shit, if I got in a room, hey, where's those notes? want to read that stuff. So anyway, look, guys, if it pulls at the open to 62, you want to go in long, right? So here's that 62 area. Now, you could have took a piece, all right? Let's say you took a piece here. Well, that's 63. So 62, 62 here. What's your risk? 90 cents? Look at your reward. And then Kramer. I can't trade credit for Kramer. I'm not going to do that. But you got to understand, the stock was at 65. So my whole trade was, guys, bring it down to 62, take a few long, and it'll take out. This is a basic, the easiest trade any of you could do. You literally just had to wait for it. All right? So you don't buy it at the open. You just wait, 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 wait. AJ, I scored 62.72. What should I do? Hold it. I would have advised you. At that moment, I would have said, hold it. AJ, I just got some at 63.30. Okay, well, you got to give it some room, at least half a point to 1 point. And if it comes down, add a few more because this thing is going back up on that kind of news. The stock is, this is a gift when it comes down like this, guys. This is a gift because it's just trying to fill the gap, and the gap was 61.50. So I told you it's not gonna go that low, but gosh darn it, that stock is gonna at least hit the 62 area. But you got to get in there, and there it is, and there it went. Guys, this isn't pennies. This is dollars. 500 shares on $3 is $1,500 in a matter of minutes. Now, if the stock would have ripped down to 61, you could all kick my ass and say, AJ, I got just taken to the cleaners on that one. What a bad call. Got it. Understood. And I'd own it. I would straight up own it. But when it's already up at 65 a share right here, and I'm staring at it pre-market at 5:51 in the morning, and you're asking me how to play the stock, did I tell any of you, buy the stock now? Oh, buy it up here at 65. No, no, no. Get it here, go along. All right, let's go to the next one. Now, NVS was fun. It was gapping up $1 on an upgrade from Cohen, which you know is the top one for me. I didn't see the price target on it, so I could not gauge how high it would go. But I thought that if it popped at the open, I would definitely fade it. I would look for a pullback of at least 1 point before taking anything long. So that was like my eye in the sky. So on NVS, nice trade, Barry, on GoPro. So this one, I was just simply going, okay, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait for my entry. And at the open, so ding, 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 ding. It just started pulling right at the open, which is fine. So then it was all about waiting for my entry. And what's the entry? Fill the gap. What's the gap? Gap was 92.25. So if I could fill that gap or get it down there somehow, I'm going to be happy. So it hit 92.57. I ended up getting it 60. And I wrote it here and here. And then I moved my stops up. The last piece that hit my stops before I hit this. Actually, I just got out of it at 40. When I started to see this, I'm like, you know what, I'm done with this. Which is fine, I did the right thing. Anyway, pretty easy telegraphic play. Not a big deal. You know, just had to wait for entry and then play the bounce. PEIX. Okay, here's one. It's gapping. There was no gap, but it had an upgrade. So I definitely thought on the upgrade, you couldn't even get a fill, guys, because they had the ask at I think 1150, and they had the bid I think at 9 something. So there was no way you could get a fill on it. So I think it pops at open at 1150 before pulling back. And if it hits the $11 area, because you know what, I was eyeing this 1094, so I'm thinking, well, this is an upgrade of 16 from Roth, and they're pretty good. So I'm thinking, 1110, play all day upside move. So that's how I was looking at it. Now, if the market hadn't got wrecked 300 points behind me, then this would pretty much be in line with what we're doing. So on this one, I had to play it because I played PEIX before. So I was definitely waiting for a pullback at the open. So it popped. Let's take you to the open. Pop at the open. I said 1150. It hit 1140, and then it just pulled. It would have been a beautiful short if somebody could have got a market order and got a 1125 fill, 1,000 shares. My goodness, you would have banked quick in a matter of minutes. Anyway, so I was eyeing it, eyeing it, eyeing it. I finally nailed it. Grabbed some, bought some, took some. Right there is me. Sold a few more, moved my stops, done with the trade. So when it started to go down over here, I was already out of the trade at 1050. Right there. Nice trade. Nice trade. And then I was talking too much, and I really think it was, I forgot who it was in here that I was talking with, and I saw it hit 10. I'm like, oh, I want that, I want that, I want that. So I'll eye it in case it does it again. Go, gapping down 40 cents. I think it pulls at the open. Either play 1 or 2 point pull or play the bounce once it settles. On go, I did think it would pop some at the open and then pull it back. If it pulled way down at the open, play the bounce. Definitely go is one to play a bounce on. So it was nice. It was a nice setup because it did pop right at the open. So it was a really beautiful setup. And as soon as I saw it pop, I put it on the screen for you guys and said, "Hey guys, this is popping." I even mentioned earlier pre-market if it hits 16, if it hits 1650, 17, look to short that. We got a parabolic on something, NPSP. Hold on, Barry's pointing that out. You just saw that. Oh wow, $3 a share. Let's find out why, guys. Let's find out why. You got your Twitter feeds up. Is it a buyout? Tell me what's going on, guys. NPSP. There is the volume right there. No news. No news. What? Okay. What is Twitter showing? Get your feeds up. What are you seeing? You seeing open? Let me pull up too. Advisor for sale is Open Crier. It's the only one. Yeah, he's the only one announcing it. Advisor for sale. Okay, on something like this, guys, we don't know all the parameters of it. All we know is we got a tweet, hired advisor for sale. That doesn't mean they're going to sell. They just hired an advisor. So if it gets more parabolic, this is its first move. If it pops more, normally they do. If it goes through 40, 41, 42, scale in and bring it back. There's the first move. It's got a little bit more in it. Here's some more. Let's see if we can get scan, tell us other stuff. We're watching a live trade go down right now. M&A chatter specifically that the company is looking to sell itself. Move attributed to M&A. Adam's pointing out in our room that he thinks they had a $40 bid on the table a few weeks back. It'd be nice to fade this sucker, but we need, of course, we got to have confirmation of a fade, which is what, guys? Huh? You already know. At least 1 to 2 point, 2 reds. Right now it's still in Momo world. They're still trying to figure the news. Might get more of a pop. We need a little bit more confirmation, and we can fade it. Anybody want to know what a parabolic is? You just witnessed a parabolic right in front of you. See that? Good find. You must have scan up or something, because there's no way I would have be able to see that talking about our charts and stuff. All right, let's try to finish our thing and wrap our stuff so we can get into trading. But keep an eye on this. Give me 1, 2 reds. Bam! This thing will take 2 points. But right now there should be a little bit more into that. Okay? Let's go to another one. Powell and IPGP. Okay, Powell had a downgrade to underperform at DA Davidson. Target lower to 43. So this is a stock that's going to get wrecked. So there's two ways. If it pops at the open, even close to its 47 area, you got to short the crap. 46.50 to 47, short it. You're going to get 1 to 2 points. But if it pulls at the open to 45 or more, you got to play a quick bounce because it's going to get wrecked quick, and then you can play a quick bounce. So let's just see how Powell worked. Oh my goodness. Oh. And nobody took the trade? Nobody wanted this trade? Why? Why would this be on the ignore list? This is the best trade of the day right here. There's your short, guys. Enjoy the ride down. Look at this. I want to put it on both screens. Look at this. There was no volume. See the opening? Look at the time frame. 6:30 right there. So what did I tell you? I told you if it pops at the open close to 47, short the crap out of it. This is going to be, it's gone. Look at that. Now you know what D. Davidson means to me. See this? Downgraded to underperform, lowered to 43 a share. Guys, this is a tier 1 firm. In my books, now you know why. In your books, they should be a tier 1 now, correct? Now you understand when I say tier 1 or tier 2. There was no gap. But if this pops to 46.50, look for a nice entry to fade for 1 to 2 points. Guys, we play this shit all day long. This is an incredible. There's your 46.50 right there. 500 shares, you would have nailed 3, 4 points. One trade and been done with it. Let's look at another one. Last one. IPGP. No gap. Still will raise it to 85 a share. If it pops to 75.76 from a close of 74, look for a pullback. If you get 74.50, go long. Let's see if I was right. That Powell. IPGP. Is that right? So Shauna is saying Dow Jones reporting Goldman advising NPSP on sale process in early stages. Deal could be worth more than 4.5 billion. Okay. Thank you. IBGP. Okay. So, well, every day we get one that basically is a shitty call of the day, right? So this is the shitty call of the day. It actually got wrecked to $72 for no reason before it went back up. So this was a very bad call. There was no gap, there was nothing, so I figured it would pop at the open and then pull. But this was just too much. And then I figured if it pulled, it'd only go to 74.50. And I just didn't anticipate such a big thing. So this is my bad call of the day, and for that I apologize. I take full responsibility on that one. So I have to learn from that one. I don't know why it did that kind of move. Anyway, I guess I had one shitty one. NPSP. Let's look. Okay. That's it, guys. Be careful with it. If it might grind a little bit, it's do a little bit more upside before it goes down. Be careful with it, okay? Especially if it's. Let me see what's going on here. See if scans mentioned anything. Here we go. Uh, Keep an eye on it. You see this guy? See this guy? This trader? He just lost what, a point and a half on that trade. Remember what I told you? Certain traders you just got to walk away from. He's one. How many times, countless trades have I shown you that he just he misses? But see, I had to go through all that and lose a lot of money before I learned. Now I teach you. So that's why. Just focus on two guys, Momo and Scalp. All right, guys. It's 11:09. It's coffee break time. I am done. I hope that we got to share a lot today. I don't want you to overtrade. I'm going to take about. I'll be back at around 11:45, 11:50. I want to give a kiss to my beautiful wife and have a cup of coffee downstairs. So take care. I'll be back. Don't overtrade. I'll leave scan on for you. And don't do anything crazy while I'm gone, all right? So thank you guys. And I'll see you in about 35, 40 minutes. Bye-bye.